It's another good day here in Cape Town, and as you can see, it's our first recording that we will be publishing on YouTube. We wish to welcome all of you to the channel and hope that in the course of the videos we will be able to share some of the information and some of the knowledge that we have attained or that we gathered for the past 2 years, whilst being in the industry, construction, civil construction, as well as general building construction, and that includes all the different trades, such as concrete works, formwork, steel, um, waterproofing, roofing, gutters, and many, many more. We've been involved in road building. We've been involved in pipe laying, sewer and water reticulation. And therefore, we have dealt with a myriad of different items, may I say, as far as the industry is concerned. So without too much delay, I want to quickly explain what we will attempt to achieve throughout our videos, and we would like to share a lot of information with you. So first of all, what we are achieving is there's a lot of problems as far as contractors and subcontractors that has to submit tenders or quotations to their clients. The contractors is a bit more involved, and we will go into a bit more depth with them, as well as the subcontractors, which is not as involved, but it could cause quite a headache for them once we reach a point of payment or a point where they are involved in a dispute. So therefore, what we'll handle mostly in the beginning is the documentation, such as your returnables for tenders, which should be attached or included within your tender, depending on what the tender specification is. And then also at a later stage, we will handle the software that we use, RIB CCS Candy, which is our quantity surveying software with a built-in QTO or quality takeoff system. And then also our very important tender database of leads to business. I just want to assure you that at this point we have got no affiliate or affiliation with any of these companies. All the software that we will show you is being paid for by ourselves, by Kamarossi Consulting, our company, and is not therefore provided to us as a free or even a smaller discount on the software. Saying that, I'm going to pause for a second, or I'm going to go over to the actual item that I want to handle today. I hope you enjoy it. Please sit back, have your notebook ready, and relax, and let's see how far we can go. Okay, let's jump right into it and see what we need to prepare. On your screen now is a whole list of documentation that is required to be prepared. And I always explain to my clients that these documents, once they are ready, once they are saved on your computer, it just becomes a question of printing and signing. Let's go, therefore, into a more descriptive explanation of the documents. I'm going to run through this quite quickly. You need to prepare a company profile, an organogram, and your company registration documents, a list of directors with their identity documents and proof of addresses, the share certificates, your letter of authority and of the signatory, which is either a board decision, which they will then give you a letter of resolution, which you scan and save, or you can get that from your auditors or your lawyers. The next will be your tax clearance certificate, your BBBEE certificate or the affidavit. If you're in the building industry, your NHBRC certificate, your CIDB, that is your contractor's database registration. Then your COIDA or WCA. COIDA is your workman's compensation registration. You need a letter of good standing. Your CSD, your central database certificate or registration documentation. Then a letter from your bank confirming your bank details. Occupational health and safety plan. That's quite an important one. And it takes quite a long time to prepare something like that. So that is something that you really, even as a subcontractor, need to get together. Then you're going to need your municipal accounts. Number one will be for your company account, showing that it is not in arrears. And then all the directors listed in the company share certificates must also submit their accounts or municipal accounts. In the event that you are renting the premises where you are operating from as a company, you need to submit a lease agreement. If you are operating from home, go and speak to if it's your own home, set up a lease agreement where you are leasing a part of the property so that you can have proof that your office is actually in existence and have it signed off. Then, proof of insurance. Very, very important. In that, you need public liability, you need equipment, that means your all risk insurance, and SASRIA cover, which is in the event of public unrest and so forth. Some of the clients, especially government, will request a production guarantee. There's many companies available that will provide you with a production guarantee. Some of them will charge you a fee for it, but at the end of the day, it is something that you might require. And it is also something that is per project because it must have the project description in it. The next one is appointment letters. Appointment letters is quite self-explanatory. If you are a subcontractor and you are currently busy with your CIDB grading, appointment letters, especially where you have done private projects or you've worked as a subcontractor on several projects, you need to have those appointment letters. Some of the main contractors doesn't issue appointment letters, but you as subcontractor has the right to request for a happy letter. Now, a happy letter is basically a letter stating that you've been appointed to do such and such work at a specific project situated in a specific area, and this is who your engineer was, this is the contracts manager or site agent, and that they are happy with your work. That's why it's called a happy letter. By actually getting those letters together, it actually makes a world of difference Because once you submit tenders or additional quotations, by adding 2 or 3 happy letters or 2 or 3 completion certificates, immediately it shows the client that you've got a reference of work that you've done before. So make sure on those two, point number 18 and 19, that you have such letters available. Later, you will find that your appointment letters, in some tenders, they would say, we want appointment and completion certificates of relevant works. Now, in your time in the industry, you've done brickwork, you've done plastering, you've done in the civil side, you've done pipelines, you've done chambers, you've done water towers. Then you submit, and it's a stormwater tender, but you've got 2 or 3 stormwater tenders or appointment letters and completion certificates. Then you have that at hand. So that is very important, proving your experience as a company. Then on your organogram, you showed your key personnel. Now, key personnel is people that will be used as the management or the central entity working on a specific project. In a lot of your governmental as well as your private projects, this is highly, highly important. The reason why, once you have submitted those CVs and the project starts, you need to notify your client of any changes in this regard. And they have to approve such changes. So, number 21, your financial statements. If your company is a year old, the last year. If it's 5 years old, only the last 3 years of financial statements is required. Any more than that, it's a waste of time. And also remember, your financial statements is quite a hefty document on its own. So make sure that you don't put in too much. Okay. If you are working in the civils industry or even in the building industry, mechanical, electrical, whatever the trade that you're going to be involved in, if you have any plant, mobile plant, a stationary plant, equipment such as compressors, welders, have this available. Either, if it's a vehicle, the registration certificates. Have the latest ones at the ready. Or if it's something like a skid steer that cannot be registered on NATIS, the purchase agreement, or even the tax invoice, showing that it's been paid. This one also shows your capability to carry out the work that you're tendering on. If you do not have any plant, such as tippers, TLBs, front-end loaders, there's a lot of companies that works on plant hire. Get a letter of intent for the specific project from them to help you have, or displaying, have to help you to display that you have the intent to actually do the work. Then lastly, but not the least, your methodology and a quality control management plan. These two go hand in hand. Number one, methodology will go into serious depth and explain it more into, we will explain it more in depth, as well as your quality control management plan. And we will give you a deeper understanding of what that comes to. At this point in time, and for this purpose of this video, this is all that I wanted to share with you. What we will do is we will come back on the next video and start breaking down. As we've now come close to the end of this video, at a later stage, we will take each and every item in this list and give you more examples, also show you some of the documents and assist you to get this ready in the event that you want to submit to a tender. In the meantime, thanks for watching, and we hope to see you again. Please leave a comment at the in the comment section, and we wish you luck with your future endeavors. And yes, let's get to work. Thank you.